Emergency press conference, guys. I'm not in the today for this bullshit. Okay? I woke up bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, honestly. I was out pretty late last night. I opened my phone, very excited for my doom scroll. And the first video that lands on my For You page is this beautiful young woman trying to cancel me for having a controversial opinion about sex. I said I don't f with condoms and they ruin the vibe. And if that's what we want to cancel me for, okay, cancel me. End my career. I don't know what you want me to say. I'm not changing my mind on that one. If I texted a group chat with 100 right now and said, hey guys, when was the last time you used a condom? I could guarantee most of them would say high school. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a controversial opinion at all. And that's what you want to come for me for? On this beautiful Saturday? Decline. Like what? Out of all the out of pocket, unhinged I say on my show, disliking a rubber ducky entering my body is what we choose? I don't understand. Who does like condom? I'm allergic. I'm not saying practice unsafe sex. I have an IUD that's stronger than Zeus and Thor combined. I was a classics major. But like, let's be so for real right now. Like, that's some dumb. But anyways, I'm gonna take a nap. I love you guys. And I'm formally apologizing for.
Yo, these white women a lot of times that y'all are so obsessed with, because apparently this woman's name is Haley and she has a show, but then at the same time she's super promiscuous. And from what I can tell, based off of seeing that clip, and I didn't want to include that, I just wanted to just get straight to it. Based off of what I can tell, she's pretty promiscuous and she's out here in these streets. Now, obviously, when she don't have this hoodie on and she not hiding her hair and looking like a little boy or a demon slayer, she looks like a halfway decent person. But this is the type of woman that then fools a lot of people, and then she out here just busting it down for a real one, and she's a bad example, while at the same time amassing a slew of followers on these social media platforms, including TikTok, in which at the recording of this video, she has over 650,000 people that follow her on these platforms. And I don't know if a lot of them are following her because they think that is cute, or they think that her behavior is cool. But it seems like the most degenerate amongst us are always the ones that get the most followers. And then at the same time, they get worship. And it's a lot of people that's in her comments that's basically saying, oh, I don't like it either, or whatever, and so on and so forth. And condoms aren't cool anymore, and blah, 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 blah. We know what the degenerate culture is really saying. At the same time, I have to wonder, how much more are y'all going to be influenced to continue to crash out from people that don't have your best interests at heart? That's all I'm wondering, because it really wasn't that controversial of a take. She's saying what a lot of people are doing out loud, and I'm trying to understand why. Why is it? I mean, of course, that it's probably the best thing for you to not have sex before you get married, but we all know that that's not going to happen either. And of course, we know that this leads to pregnancy, and nobody is really being responsible, and everybody think that they got the pull-out method. But why would you want to put yourself at risk for HIV? Why would you want to put yourself at risk for chlamydia? Why would you want to put yourself at risk for herpes? Why would you want to put yourself at risk for now coming on the internet after you being influenced by somebody that's crashing out to say, hey, let's normalize everybody having herpes, because 1 out of every 2 people or 3 people or 2 out of every 4 people or 5 people have these diseases, and it's now normalized, and you can learn to live with it as long as you take all of your medication that is probably going to skyrocket now that we're getting rid of a lot of this healthcare coverage that you can't afford anymore because you got laid off from your job. Let's go ahead and let's just normalize this crazy culture and behavior that we know is not conducive for our lives. Let's just follow the most degenerate, basic looking, but halfway decent looking white girl, because, it's just something cool to do. And again, I'm assuming that she's super, super entertaining outside of just talking about sex, because how many times have we heard the sex conversation? And they know what they're doing. They know that if they say certain things and then they bring themselves back to the front of the congregation and they make it controversial enough, when they wake up in the morning, they're going to say, oh, wow, we went viral again and we got more followers. And we can try to pretend like we didn't know what we said and that it was going to be controversial and that was going to go viral. And we're just going to go out here and we're just going to bust it down for a real one. And we're not going to do the thing that's in our best interest. Or sometimes, a lot of times, let me tell you what the real play is. It's almost like a rapper that promotes using drugs, but then they make sure that they in bed by 9:30 every night so that they can go on tour and be super productive. A lot of times they not even using the products, or they not doing the same thing that you think that they doing. They just saying something controversial, and then you go out there and you crash out because you think that it's cool. And then you out here looking stupid and you ain't got no healthcare coverage, and then you die early, or you just get flare-ups every day and don't nobody want to be bothered with you. I don't know.
Saying that, I guess.
I love how you guys are all so confused about the Haley condom comment. But for the longest time, we've always said that white girls are really free and nasty. They be real nasty.
Facts.
If you understand, you understand. They do a lot. Every time I see a black guy who's like, oh, I only talk to white girls, I'm like, I know why. Because of that comment. I know my white girlfriends, none of them wear protection. None of them wear.
Why are they your girlfriends? And why would you be any different than them if those are the type of women that you hang around? You know what I hate? I hate when people try to put something on people, but then at the same time, they hang around them and they hear them talk the way that they talk, and they probably talk the way that they talk, and they probably want to be similar to them because, you know, birds of a feather flock together. And usually you are a reflection of the company that you keep. And how are those your friends if they crashing out and you're not saying nothing to them, but you're talking about them on social media? Weird, bro.
Protection, and they be on the streets. Me and my black friends, protection all the way. We don't play none of them games. We don't even make it. It's not even humorous. The humor is not in it. It's not humorous, any of the rumorous, nothing. Nothing is not in the room with us. None of it. But you people will never understand what is going on. Like, this Haley comment has, like, literally, it's just opened the eyes to the world and everything that black girls have been saying. And I'm happy that we're having this conversation.
What have black girls been saying? Humor me. Humorous me. What have black girls been saying? Because we know that white girls are nasty, the ones that are super promiscuous, because obviously nobody is a monolith, and that's just a part of the culture, especially when they go to college and they try to slut it out and come back home and get married to a sucker that's then going to be a step baby daddy and then probably get divorced and give half of his shit, as well as pay child support and then wind up becoming a passport bro. We know that, right? But I don't think that black women are doing it any differently, because y'all catching it at a much higher rate. Y'all are the ones that's suffering too. And so y'all take this same behavior, and that's just a part of who y'all are. That's a part of y'all culture too. But then y'all try to pretend like this is not you also. I think that everybody, most people, are over sexualized, and they out here doing stuff that they're not supposed to do. And they're justifying it by trying to point fingers instead of taking accountability and looking in the mirror. That's what I think. And I think that it's going to get worse before it gets better. And it's not cool to be out here in these streets doing some of this crazy stuff that you know is not going to be best for you. But who am I? Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.